Yo, Sola Claudio, Marco, let's go. How you guys doing? Doing well, I hope you're doing well. How's everybody doing? Guys, we're gonna take a 5-minute break, of course, before we start. Before we start doing anything and looking at the charts, we're gonna take 5-minute break. But I thought, we could just, look at your altcoins, give something back to the community. Do the real TI. We're not gonna do any kind of Fibonacci, emotional moving averages, volume profile, none of that stuff, Doing good, great to see you, Marco. Nice. I'm happy for that. It's actually been quite a nice day. I mean, the spring is coming out. It's not cold anymore, so, that's good. The snow is melting. It's really hard to push any kind of fear and FUD when when it's sunny and outside. It's really hard. I mean, you can do it, but it's really hard. People are a lot more optimistic, a lot more hopeful. It's really hard to get people down. So there is that. It's always hard to get people down during the summer. That's why we like summer, because it's hard to get people down. As you can see here on the chart, this is DOGECOIN chart. Right back up here, all the way back up here, I was like, let's see how much this is gonna pump, because Elon Musk had this live stream on the Twitter Spaces on Twitter, and they are mentioning Dogecoin, and I was like, guys, they're mentioning Dogecoin, let's see how much this pumps. They pull back and dump up again. So that is that. Looks good. So what are we gonna do today? We're gonna take your coins and look at your coins and see what what's happening with the charts. I know that Dogecoin is pumping. There is this coin over here that's also pumping, but I'm a little bit mad at this coin. So there's that. Doesn't matter. The markets are always open. We also got a very nice boxes up here on the chart. For whatever reason. Guys, do you like my boxes? Do you like the boxes? Yeah, we're gonna look at boxes. Okay, let's take 5-minute break and see more people get in. We're gonna look at the charts. We're gonna look at the charts, guys. Yeah, boy, welcome back, Jurgen. How you doing, man? There we go, guys. There we go. How you guys doing? Marco, Sola, Marco, Jurgen, Chippy Paul, evening, Chris. Is Luna Classic a viable token this run? I don't think so, man. I mean, it definitely might pump because it's still being traded, but because, you know, the token is out there, you cannot remove the token. But the problem is there is no fundamentals behind it. I mean, it's dead coin. Anne Marie, good evening, how you doing? Dr. Karlov, how you doing, man? So, guys, this is how we're gonna do this. This is Altcoin Saturday evening. I just wanna look at the charts. So, you tell me which coin you want me to look at, and I'll look at that coin. We're gonna draw the lines. We're gonna draw the moving averages. We're gonna look at for patterns. We're gonna look for support, resistance line and stuff like that, right? Is it good? Is it bad? You know what's happening with the coin. We're gonna do that. Of course, super chats goes ahead of the line. Then the green names, and then everybody else. So, you're welcome to scream the coin name of your choice in the chat, and we'll look at that. So basically, that's the game plan for tonight. Bitcoin up here, not doing actually very much. Looks like it might drop down here a little bit. Mladen, how you doing, man? What's up? So, check XLM, favorite political coin, please. Yeah, we'll definitely do excellent, but we got a green name, Chilliz from London. We're gonna look at Chilliz first. Chilliz. There we go, Chilliz up here. I got this nice channel up here on the Chilliz. It's getting rejected a little bit by the 200 moving average on the 4-hourly time frame. So, but it's still got a couple of support levels down here and moving averages. But it's still in this channel towards the upside. And I don't like this curvature up here at the top. Why is this line not... There we go. We like yellow. It does this, although it doesn't look like curvature, it might be a triangle up here that fell down. There's definitely some kind of resistance line over here. There's some place up here. So it is below the support, but I think this support is actually gonna break. If you remember what happened on Bitcoin, where was it? Over here. We made a video on exactly about this over here. So there was some kind of channel up here towards upside. It broke towards downside over here inside this box up here, and it was rising, doing this up here. But as soon as it came back inside this channel up here, it exploded towards upside, right? So this box up here, down here is very, very important. So if you look at the Chilliz right now, and what Chilliz is actually doing, it's actually creating that box on the bottom side, right? It fell out of this triangle up here. It was triangle, you can also say it's some kind of, maybe some kind of a channel up here. Doesn't matter. But there is definitely some kind of support line down here. We can actually do this a little bit more, professionally up here, and draw some very nice lines up here. Because over here, this dump up here seems very important, so we're gonna do it someplace over here, give or take. But it doesn't seem that So it came up here, but it's still trying to get back up here, right? So it has this box below over here, where it's trying to get back inside over here, and over here it came inside, but still pulling back. Maybe it's going to the resistance support line over here. But as long as it doesn't fall back below these levels down here, because right now it has a higher high, and over here technically it has a higher, it has a higher high and has a higher low, so technically it's going towards upside up here. As long as it doesn't fall back below these levels down here at 1160 or something like that, I think it looks good. And we can zoom out a little bit on the bigger time frames, so that you already know what's happening on the bigger time frames. But this actually looks nice. So it needs to get back above the resistance, of course. Maybe it's a bigger channel up here. It's just getting rejected by this channel. But it wants to go up here. Let's go a little bit higher time frames up here and pop some moving averages on the chart. By the way, I'm gonna write intro 000 and then Chilliz 000 intro, and then I don't know, when do we start? Maybe something like 10:00 Chilliz. So we're gonna make the what do you call it, the chapters for this video, so you know, so people can, if they wanna look it up, you know, they can do that. Over here on the daily time frame, it actually looks very nice because it managed to yesterday to jump on this 10-20 moving average, and you can see up here it's actually holding the 10-20 moving average. He had a retest back down there, which is actually very nice. But it's still below the support line. It's still below the support line. Sorry, resistance line up here. Also, we got this 50 moving average up here. So I think it needs to do, you know, a little bit more, you know, a little bit more moves until it actually gets up here and then above the 50 moving average. But it's getting very, very close. It's getting very close. And it is below all of the moving averages. So if it starts going towards up, so this is so right now the way I see it, it is creating some kind of bottom over here. This and this doji up here just might be very, very nice, you know, before the next move towards upside. You're gonna see that. But the support line is legit, right? The support line is legit. Yeah, it should go something like this because you can actually hit all three of them, right? Then the first stop up here, there we go. So this, you can see down here these bottoms as well, confirming very nicely. It stops up here. There's some kind of, you know, action up here, but it does look like it's on the bottom, right? It does look like it's on the bottom. So if you are gonna listen to, you know, EXO, anybody like that, you know, this is probably looking for another move towards downside over here, and it is technically getting rejected up here, but it is creating this very nice pattern. So you gotta zoom in on this last part over here. And over here it does seem to, you know, had a, you know, this big fast move towards downside right now, you know, consolidating up here, fall down, and right now it needs to get above this line over here, somewhere up here. Maybe it's already above the line, but I don't think it's above the line. I think it's just below the line over here, but it's getting ready. I think it's getting ready because it's retesting these moving averages up here. So if you look at up this line over here, you know, it's just barely below it. So it looks good. I like it. Long ADA. Also credit pop next week. Maybe next week, maybe. The top is the real top G. The other guy is just a pretender. No, I'm the GOAT. No, Mladen is the GOAT. Mladen is the GOAT. Okay, let's look at XLM. What's right now? 1530 XLM. Something like that. 1535 XLM. Give or take. Okay, let's check out XLM. It's a long time since I looked at Stellar, so you know there is that XLM crypto up here. Let's go to Binance Stellar. What is this one? This one. Ooh, look at that pump, man! But this is, I think this is the XRP pump. So everything with you know, that's correlated with XRP is going towards upside. And from at least from what I know. Let's see up here. Yeah. As soon as I saw this, you see that first try on the line, and I already got the line very nicely. Do you know? Because I saw these stops up here, and I saw this was a bearish engulfing candle, and I thought like, nah, I'm not gonna use this over here. Exactly on the dollar. Look at this, man. Look at this, man. Look at this. It's a very nice line. So Stellar did break this this downtrend over here towards the upside. Right now hitting the 50 moving average up here. There is some kind of resistance up here at 50 moving average, give or take 1087. Give or take, and right now if you want to see what's gonna happen next, you know, we gotta zoom in big time. Let's see down here, this resistance line is got broken, this one is getting broken right now. Do we have any kind of more, you know, major resistance level up here? Not before we get all the way up here towards top, but I don't want to use this one, I want to use this one over here. Then we got a couple of more up here and down there, here. But I'm a little bit unsure whether these are that important. So we're gonna remove these on the bottom side since we are already above them. We also, of course, got the 50 moving average on the weekly time frame right up here at 1085. That's where it seems to be very important. But it's, you know, but the important part up here, it is outside of this trend over here. Now this is a big move from the top up here. Let's just do something like this. This looks broken, right? This looks broken. This doesn't look broken up here just yet. Oh, this is important line. Look at the hits on this line, man. Look at the hits on this line over here, and then look over here. Very, very nice. I like this line. This line is legit, and it's just above up here, around, you know, around this resistance at the top up here. So I would say this resistance up here at the top, you know, something like, you know, between 1062 all the way to, you know, something like 13, give or take. This resistance seems to be very, very important level of resistance, especially because of this trend line. And this trend line is very, very nice. I like this trend line a lot. You might not like the trend line. I like the trend line. It's a good trend line, man. It's a good trend line. So we're gonna remove the 50 moving average because we already see we're gonna remove this one down here, and this one up here. Although it is important, I think these levels, these highs up here, together with the trend line up here, are a major resistance level right now. So the question is this move gonna go all the way up to 1290, give or take, 1255, 1310. Right now it has a big move up here. This is daily time frame, so 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 days in green, and this pump from the bottom towards the top up here 54%. So if it moves all the way up here, it's 75%, something between 67 and 75%, but it can do another, from wherever it is right now, something like 20% more towards the upside, if that does happen. So the big question is this trend over here broken? So I would say that the first line goes something like up here. This is increasing trend. So what it's doing right now, I think it wants to create the pivot point up here, so we can draw some kind of line up here, some kind of line. Let's remove the moving averages for a second up here and look at it over here. So it might be something like this up here. Let's go to small time frames up here. Do we see anything up here? Yeah, it might be something like this where it actually jumps up here, and then goes towards the upside. So there are two lines. So it can technically go a lot lower down here on this pullback up here, and this move up here. So this fast move towards the upside up here, it looks like it lost the momentum up here. So what it's doing right now is, I think it's creating a downside pivot point. And once this downside pivot point comes in, then it might actually continue towards the upside. I don't think this is done. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I don't think this is done, but I do believe that right now that this trend over here, since 0.9 or something like that all the way to the top, I think this trend over here did get broken right now. So how this is gonna play out is gonna pull back a little bit more downside, something like that. I'm a little bit unsure, but it doesn't seem that these long-term trends are still in full effect. So it can do something like this before it actually goes towards the upside. How it's gonna play out, a little bit difficult to say. Let's go and see some. Yeah, up here it came on the daily up here, 75 on the RSI. You can see up here previously also these 75 levels on RSI, important levels of resistance up here. The MACD just exploded towards the upside, overextended towards the upside up here on the daily time frame. So yeah, so definitely this pullback is definitely in full effect right now, I think. So only question is right now, how much the pullback is gonna be. I don't think that the daily time frame, it's only one candle, but I don't think it's gonna take that long. The weekly time frame up here, it's it's not that high. It's only at 57 level up here, and overextensions up here on the weekly time frame are not that. I mean, technically it is very overextended, but how much? It's not still above zero line up here, so I'm a little bit unsure, but I definitely think it can go up to 0.1255 or even 0.13 in the short term up here on this move towards the upside. There is also this line on the downside over here. I did not see that. Let's do the channel up here. Yeah, so it is breaking out of this bottom consolidation phase down here. Oh, look at the lines! Look at the lines! We found the lines, guys. We found the lines. Oh, this is nice. Look at this. Look at this trend line over here. How it's nicely on the dollar, touching the trend line with this wick on the downside. So it is some kind of top up here, of course. So I would expect, if it wants to go up here, where was it? If it wants to go, where did I put line? Up there. If it wants to go to 1255.13, I think first of all it needs to get out of this channel towards the upside up here. Look at the moving averages, we are a little bit concerned. So I'm definitely very much on this consolidation phase up here right now. It doesn't seem that it has any kind of topping out pattern or anything like this up here. Maybe there is some kind of divergence up here on the chart. No, there is actually no divergence on the chart. Actually, it looks very nice. But I don't think the consolidation is gonna take that long, guys. I don't think the consolidation is gonna take that long. But it does seem that it just might consolidate up here before it actually goes outside of this channel towards upside. because right now it's extended from the moving averages up here, so it might do, you know, consolidation up here. This seems to be, you know, maybe because right now it exploded towards the resistance up here, and you know, when something goes too fast towards the resistance without support of the moving averages, it's oftentimes, you know, consolidation phase time. But you know, I don't see, you know, it's gonna go down. Milana is like, buy Chilliz. Good evening, Vanilla. How you doing, man? Could you check Mana, the central plan Mana for me? I bought some couple of days ago. Don't know why. Mana is nice, man. I have no problem versus Mana. We gotta, of course, look at Mana. But first, before we start doing Mana, we gotta write it up here. 2340 Mana. You know, just so we can get chapters for the people. I don't know. These are old lines. They're not that old, but you know, there are some kind of lines that I did draw on the chart. This on the daily time frame. You can see up here that it does seem to be holding this support level down here. So that's very nice, right? So you got this pivot point up here, which is very, very important right now. And we could definitely draw some kind of line up here, you know. But you know, let's you know, what are we gonna do? Use this one, this one. Let's use this one up here. And out of this over here, we can actually draw a channel of some sort. I think there might be a channel up here somewhere. These bottoms down here, oh, this looks nice. Fell inside, went down, broke through upside, retested that, went up here, went below, retested, right now pushing down. So let's assume this is the channel over here, and of course we can double the channel towards upside. So yeah, maybe that's a little bit off, maybe it's a little bit off, maybe the channel's a little bit off, maybe it should be the top up here. What you guys think, top or bottom? Because if you use the bottom, this wick down here is nice confirmation. On the other hand, if we use the top, you know, tops up here. On the other hand, if you use these tops up here, say that this broken downside over here, then this wick up here is confirmation, right? And this seems to be very nice putting this midline up here. So this looks a lot more realistic to me than this channel down here, which kind of cuts it off, you know, heavily up here. So let's use this one, let's use this one. So that means that if you double the channel, you should get something, you know, nice. Yeah, something like that, give or take. Yeah, give or take, but it does seem to be, you know, in the area. So let's say this is the channel up here on the downside. You can see up here right now, it's the bottom part up here. And we are definitely holding this support right now, so far. So we are at some kind of bottom up here. Of course, if it drops down here below these lows, it might actually be in a bottom part of the channel down here. But this looks like a, you know, like a head and shoulders pattern that failed. This is a failure of head and shoulders pattern, inverse head and shoulders pattern, at least the way it looks to me right now. So we are interested right now, the way I see it, in this part over here, because we don't know if this is getting close to the breakout. So let's assume this is on the bottom, and let's go into small time frames up here, 1 hourly time frame, because we get these very nice lines up here. So this downtrend over here and this last part up here got broken over here, but there should definitely be more lines up here. There should definitely be more lines up here. Now where are the lines? Let's see up here from this top up here. Can we draw anything from the top up here? Yeah, this looks like, you know, it broke up and then right back down again. So I think this is the line. It might be something like this over here. So it's creating some kind of channel maybe. Now let's use that. And over here, this isn't very helpful. This isn't very helpful. You know, we already, you know, blocking this trend over here sideways. Did we do that? Yes, I mean, it doesn't matter how you draw it. I mean, could be something like this the way you actually broke through sideways, which is very nice. So let's. What we're gonna do is we're gonna use this top up here and draw the line up here, something like this. Could be something like this up here. I mean, technically it could. We're not using the wicks. I don't know. Let's go to the 4-hour time frame. Can we draw this any kind of better? Let's go to the daily time frame because this is a longer time frame up here. Yeah, I think this is the line. I think this move up here, you know, broke this downtrend over here. So this downtrend over here, I think not this move up here, this got rejected. I think this broke, and right now it's just going down. Some kind of falling wedge maybe up here, broke that, consolidating up here. There should be the line, something like that goes like this or like this over here, that needs to break before it goes towards upside. So it's very close. It's very, it looks like very close. I think it looks like very close, because this line up here does seem to be this line over here. So this looks like some falling wedge broke out. It has some kind of retest down on the line. It just needs to retest something. It doesn't need to retest this line. It needs to retest something. So it retest up here, bounced off of that. And then there is this line over here. I think there is this line over here. It's getting very, very close though. It's getting very, very close. Yeah, this is a very nice line. You can see all of these wicks up here. You know, how you're gonna push that. Maybe a little bit higher up there. Yeah. So I think right now just in consolidating between the resistance up here and the support. And when you see the breakout up here, I think it's gonna go, and if you see the breakdown up here, something bad is happening. But it is on this bottom part over here where it's actually trying to consolidate and find the next move when it's gonna go. You know, right now this is 4-hour 200 moving average. Let's see small time, big time frames up here. So let's see how the candle patterns are actually playing out. So there is no bearish engulfing candle up here. We had a bullish move up here above the resistance, right back down again, but we're still creating these higher highs up here. So it is very nice. And then you got this big wick on the downside on the 200 moving. This is 200 moving average. 200 moving average holding us very nicely towards the upside. So right now, just, you know, it's still in consolidation. It hasn't broken out yet, but it's consolidating. It looks good. I would say it looks good until it actually breaks down over here. If it breaks down, it doesn't look good, man. But over here, if it actually breaks towards upside, outside of this channel towards upside, I think that might actually be very nice. Let's look at the big time frames up here.
What's going on?
Xander Finch has taken the Prime Minister's.
Yeah, so this is the big wick down on. It's still, yeah, it bounced off of the 20 moving average. This looks actually very, very nice. Still holding this 20 moving average up here. Still got 10 and 250 movers. So you know, you're at some kind of bottom. You don't wanna start closing down here and continue down here. But big moves are gonna come above the 50 moving average, and that's resistance up here. So eventually it needs to do this move up here above the moving average. Can it do that in 1 week? Do you think that? Do you think it can do like 30% in 1 day, or a couple of days, and then and then go? I mean, oftentimes these moves tend to be very, very quick and powerful. Gets up here, consolidate, and then go towards the upside. Maybe not consolidate, maybe just something like this. Maybe. Anyways. There is also, of course, this trend over here on the weekly time frame that got broken towards upside. But right now we got, still right, since this is a pivot point up here, you can see up here. Oh my God, this is very, very nice. Look at this, man. The trend line, the 50, the 200 moving average, everything is up here, man. Everything is on the same. Confluence is real, guys. The confluence is very much real. Look at the. Oh, I love this, man. Often, I mean, yes, we only got 2 touches up here. Maybe you can go back down up here. There is nothing left. We got 2 touches, but the confluence up here is so nice, man. The next week, this 200 moving average will go something like this. This 50 moving average will go down, and this candle will go over here. Right up there, there's major resistance at 74, give or take. And if you break everything towards the upside, it's good times, man. It's good times. Ooh, that's nice. I like that. So the question is, are we at the bottom? And as we just looked at, I mean, we might be on the bottom. We might be on the bottom. People say, oh man, Bitcoin pumped up 100%, there is nothing to buy, man. Not a financial advice. It's creating bottom. We are about to go above 0.3 this month, and that's not a prediction, Chilliz. I was actually thinking about Chilliz, and let's go up here. And remember the last time what happened when Chilliz pumped big time? Do you remember the last time what happened when Chilliz pumped big time? Yeah, I mean, when he said express, we gotta. Let's support Create for checking our coins and buying Chilliz. Nothing. Do you remember last time what happened when Chilliz had a big pump? Do you remember the last time? What did happen then? Do you remember what happened up here? Do you remember what happened there? I haven't checked this out yet, so it's gonna be very interesting to see if it fits the, you know, chart. But do you remember what happened there? It was World Cup, right? But we are having the Euro Cup in 2024. 14 July 2024. BTC dumped massively. No. Last time Chilliz pumped up here, guys. Last time Chilliz pumped, that was a World Cup. It was going into the World Cup, right? And the next big event, because, you know, Chilliz is football and soccer and stuff like that. Next big event starts 14 July 2024. Oh no, this is ending. But, you know, June, July 2024. That's the, you know, Euro Cup 2024. It's gonna be big for Chilliz, and there is gonna be hype again. So we can assume that Chilliz is gonna do another one of these big moves up here. Last time he did, you know, 260%. So we can assume it's gonna do one of these moves again, 2024. Up here, you know, there is still a little bit of time left from over here to over here. You know, from over here to over here. I mean, there's a little time left, you know. But it might do another one of these, you know, big pumps up here into the cup, right? Into the cup. So there is that. It might be actually very, very good for Chilliz. So I do believe Chilliz will explode again because of the World Cup. Not World Cup, Euro Cup. So there is that. Very nice. Okay, let's look at some more coins. Did anybody... Chilliz is taking over the sports, be ready. I don't know anything about, you know, I really have no clue what Chilliz is doing and, you know, what chilling is all about. But, you know, go Chilliz! Yeah. Okay, somebody asked for, please look at Reef. Okay, we're gonna look at Reef since nobody else is asking for anything, you know, so we got time. Reef. Let's look at Reef. This thing up here, man. I remember up here, it never... I was looking at up here, I was doing TA up here. And I was waiting for this to break towards upside. Somebody said it's never going goes above, you know, 0.5 or 0.4, something like that. It never did that, and then we went down here. But, you know, the chart looks ugly as, you know, F, man. This is the, you know, this is the release of coin, I think, something like this down here. And right now it's as close to the bottom as it can actually get. So the big question is what I don't know fundamentals here, right? So I'm really not into, you know, whatever the coin is doing. The big trend down here, is this actually broken? So this over here looks broken. Let's see, use this one up here. This is broken up here. Is there anything else up here? Let's use these two because these two are more legit. Yeah, this looks nice. So, but you know, I'm gonna use this one up here, give or take, doesn't matter. It looks like the trend is broken. So this downtrend over here that's been bleeding towards downside, it looks like it is broken. So that's the first good news, right? The Reef actually broke the downtrend. You know, some coins never break these downtrends. Some coins, you know, just do, you know, continue bleeding down, but you know, you wanna, at one point you want to break the downtrend, right? So this definitely broke the downtrend. We got a couple of, you know, very important, you know, pivot points up here that needs to be taken, you know, into consideration. So there is some kind of line up here, I think. Yeah, this looks legit enough. Yeah, this looks very nice. And you can see right now this secondary trend up here, this accumulation trend over here is still not out of that accumulation trend. And down here, you know, where did this line go? It might be something like this up here where it actually breaking. So it is sitting at some kind of bottom. I would assume it's sitting at some kind of bottom without actually looking too much into it. This is monthly time frame. Reject up here, reject up here. So you get a lower low. Do we have any kind of divergence up here on the chart or anything like that up here? Up here, there's no divergence on the chart or anything like that. When you look at a monthly, let's look at a weekly time frame. Weekly time frame sitting at 40 levels up here. The MACD cross is still not, sorry, the MACD is still not above the zero line. So it looks like still accumulating, but it is very, very low. So you know, big time frames up here. Looking at this over here right now, it's not above the line, still below the moving averages. It's still technically, this can still technically continue bleeding towards downside because it's not broken just any, you know, it's not broken anything towards upside. So this over here can still continue bleeding down because until it actually breaks, you know, a major resistance level. And right now the most important resistance or trend line right now is this trend line over here. And until this trend line is not broken, this over here, this thing over here can continue going down, right? So it needs to do this move up here to break the trend, but it's still not broken the trend. A lot of other stuff has broken the trend. If you want to look at Matic broke the trend like you know what, towards upside, but you know, this doesn't break the trend just yet. But doesn't matter, we're gonna go into daily time frame, see what's happening up here. Is there actually a probability to break the trend? Okay, this might be looking like it's creating this double bottom up here. It needs to get above this level up here at the resistance. So this over here does look like a JIT double bottom up here. You know, the line should go somewhere up here if I'm not mistaken. You know, this looks like this is the line, but it might be that. It might be that it's trying to curve up here towards sides. So two major levels right now. This on the daily time frame, you know, if you zoom in you know, closely enough, 0.28. I think if it can get above 28, then this double bottom up here gets confirmed. Then you got something like, you know, you get a nice move up here, maybe to the resistance again, right? So this move up here right now towards the resistance up here to 34, something like that, might actually be a legit move. If it can, yeah, it's 20% move, but it gotta you know, confirm this double bottom down here. So there is the double bottom down here, there is a midline up here, it needs to get above that to confirm that. We're not gonna go into a lower than, you know, daily time frame up here, but it's still technically in the downtrend. It's still haven't broken the major, you know, levels up here. On the weekly time frame up here, it is still below all of the moving average, so it's not above anything. On the daily time frame, it is kind of climbing up here very nicely above these moving averages. You can see up here also, the trend up here does seem to be broken up here, right? So this move up here above the resistance, if you can manage to do that, I think there is a good chance they actually, you know, do the move all the way up to the resistance up here towards the top. But you know, it's still got a long way to go. It's still got a long way to go. Not very, I'm not very excited about the coin when I look at it. Like over here in the small time frames, it might have a nice, you know, especially sitting down up here on this 10-20 moving average. So Reef might right now actually have a very nice move towards the upside, because you can see up here this bullish engulfing candle above 10-20 moving average, and then right now it's been, you know, sitting on the moving averages while moving averages are turning. We can actually maybe even look this very nicely up here. 4-hourly time frame up here, 200 moving average getting squeezed up here. So it needs to, you know, the question is it gonna, you know, break towards the upside? Depends on the bullishness, but it is good thing that it actually broke this trend over here. I would say that's a good thing. I don't know where the trend goes. Maybe something like this up here. It's still above the trend and consolidating up here. But I would definitely look at, you know, this midline up here on a bigger time frame. This on the daily time frame, right? This midline up here at 0.286. If you can get about 28.6 and maybe even to 50 moving average, then I'm looking at this trend line up here at the top again. It already had this big move down. I don't see any kind of reason why we should go lower. So if this is, you know, if this coin isn't dead, you know, I don't see a reason why we should go down. It got a double bottom up here, you know, not confirmed, but you know, in the making. But if you can actually manage to go towards the upside, this can actually be a very nice move. So we're gonna see. Things takes time, guys. Things takes time, and these small coins, you know, they take, you know, very, very long time. Smash the likes, Milana says. Okay, there are no more. Let's see up here. API 3. I'm not really. Let's see up here. Solana target reasonable. 2025. Yeah, we can look at Solana because Solana is actually. First thing first, we gotta you know, follow up here with the chart. 42 something. You know what, guys, let's take 5-minute break again, because you know, you know, we've been streaming for 40 minutes. I need 5-minute break, guys. I need 5-minute break, and we're gonna look at more altcoins, guys. We're gonna look at more altcoins, your altcoins, not my altcoins, because I like the charts. So maybe I find something nice. Let's take a quick break, you know, bathroom break, or wherever the break.
We've waited for this day. We shed some tears of love now, like a desert in the rain. When some of the dead are waking up, yeah. There's nobody like my moon. There's no place like my home since I was born. When I was young, the flavor is so strong. I've missed it so long now.
Okay, we're back, guys. We're back. Sol was spawned by FTX, so may never get back to those highs. Probably will become old hat amongst next gen projects too. We're gonna look at Solana right now, but first thing first, Solana 4900. Solana. There we go. Let's go to Sol. I got it up here somewhere. Let's look at our Sol USDT up here on Binance because we like big charts. There we go. We're gonna go to weekly time frame up here just to see what's happening up here. It got above 10-20 moving average up here, but it's just kind of bleeding up here. So there's definitely a channel up here right now, and the question is gonna break it, right? So we've been seeing this channel up here on Solana, and it's still below the resistance level. You can see up here, right? This was big FUD over here on Solana. It dumped down big time, I think. No, this was in November, right? I think dumped. But it managed to climb up here. It's actually started in start up here, but it did not break the. It did not break the. Did not break this this accumulation zone. It did not break the accumulation. So here's the problem, guys. Here's the big problem. Oftentimes you'll see price going down. It will break the dump, and it will go into the accumulation zone. And people have hopes every single time that it's gonna break out, because it's this line up here, and it comes to these resistance levels, and they're hoping it's gonna break out, but just never does. Never does, because once it's as long as it's below the line, it can continue for a very, very long time. So we don't know if it's just gonna continue doing this or it's gonna break up here towards the upside, right? We just don't know. So as long as it's below the line up here, it is very sketchy. It is very sketchy over here. It is very sketchy, sketchy accumulation zone, right? It's a very sketchy move. It's very sketchy play, because you don't know if this thing over here, if it's right now on the bottom. I mean, you can definitely try to catch the bottom somewhere down here, and play that it might actually break this towards the upside, but we don't actually know, right? Because this move up here might actually go something like this up here and break on downside over here and continue down here, maybe another dump. You don't know what's gonna happen because it's not above the resistance, right? But let's zoom in on this part over here and see actually what's happening. Let's go to daily time frame up here. See this line up here, very, very nice. But it did this same kind of move that Bitcoin did up here, but it came up here and have lower low. Is there a line up here? Give or take. Give or take. Maybe there's some kind of channel up here that I'm missing up here. Let me remove the moving average. See, it's still below all of these moving averages. See, the 200 moving average, 50 moving average. It's trying to climb up here, but I don't see any kind of distinct pattern or anything like that. So let's try to make a channel out of this thing over here. If this is a channel, the midline is kind of wacky. Maybe something like this over here. But where should the midline go? Maybe something down here. It goes all the way down to these levels up here. Maybe this is a channel. Let's assume this is a channel up here. So this trend over here got broken. This trend over here got broken. We tested that, right? Then there should be something like this over here. So it is I would say it's still in a channel though. Although this part up here got broken, legitly. Actually goes from over here somewhere. So it went up, it went very fast up here towards the upside. Created this move down, created this channel over here. But right now it's in the upper part of the channel. It's right now it's upper part of the channel, and there is also line. So we don't want, but I still don't see. I still don't see that much bullishness on the chart. Let's go to the weekly time frame up here. This is bearish engulfing, bullish engulfing, right back down. Still below 10 moving average. Now, I don't see any kind of pattern up here that, you know, I would be, you know, very confident saying that, okay, this looks very good. I recognize this, but let's turn the chart upside down. Especially these are S pattern. I've seen these S patterns. I don't know what they mean. See this up here. This is an S pattern. I've seen these S patterns before, but I'm a little bit unsure whether this is a bullish or bearish S pattern up here. I would say it's bearish S pattern, and then, you know, flies up here. I don't know. If everything pops, you know, Solana just might pop. It needs a little bit more, but, you know, there is nothing clear on the chart that tells me right now that for whatever reason we are above certain levels, because it's still creating these, you know, higher lows. It's still creating lower highs. So it's definitely going down. You can actually say that this is some kind of, you know, bull flag, but I think I would say that's hopium, because there is not much that says to me that, you know, this chart is bullish by any means. Let's go zoom a little bit more up here. Just look at this part over here, right? You can see how trends are actually breaking up here. I think it goes somewhere out here. But is this downtrend from broken? Oh, that's nice. So you can see this fan of weakness going down there, right? Breaking it down. Right now it's consolidating up here. But there is resistance up here. So this curvature down here, if you want this to go towards upside, it needs to break this trend over here. It's very, very close though. It's very, very close. And it is sitting on 4 hour, it is sitting on every moving average up here. But would I say this actually looks bullish? I mean, technically it can break it. Let's look at some, you know, some RSI and stuff like that on the daily time frame up here. Nothing special, it's the middle up there. On the weekly time frame is sitting on the middle, so RSI is telling us nothing. I mean, it's literally sitting in the middle up here. MACD up here, still below the zero line up here, but there is no bearish cross or anything like that. And weekly should be below. Yeah, weekly is still below. The momentum is going down, but the momentum should be going down in consolidation. And it's not overextended, it's not above anything, it's just neutral and waiting. So I think once it starts maybe breaking above, once Solana starts breaking above this trend line over here, you see these stops up here. So if it starts breaking towards upside up here, you know, that might be good. But if it starts breaking below down here, then we are looking for more weakness towards the downside, right? I would say we're looking for more weakness on the downside. Just doesn't seem. It just doesn't seem to be. This line. So this over here, this trend line up here, this is important one, right? So right now we know that there is some kind of bigger channel up here. You know, maybe the channel, you know, maybe Mladen would draw this channel a little bit differently, and that's fine. Maybe it goes something like this up here, because, you know, these bottoms down here. I think it goes something like this down there. So you're in the channel, actually a bullish channel, because the channel goes towards the downside. But this next part over here, that if it wants to break towards the upside over here, you know, it's right now sitting at the very resistance up here. So I'm a little bit unsure what's gonna do next. Is it gonna break up here and go towards the end of the channel up here and then see how this is gonna play out? But, you know, for any kind of big move, it needs to get out of the channel towards the upside. It's not yet there, unfortunately. I mean, I see good coins, and I see, you know, very, you know, bullish coins, but inverted cup and handle. I mean, a lot of people have been looking at these things like, you know, cup and handle pattern and stuff like that. I don't think this is a cup and handle pattern. It just looks very, very weird. So there is that. So much dump. How much more can we take? Oh, we can take a whole bunch of dump. Bitcoin is up right now 0.07%. Looks good, man. Looks good. I am, you know, bullish on Bitcoin. I don't see anything wrong with the Bitcoin chart. If you look at a Bitcoin chart up here, I mean, Bitcoin, you know, Bitcoin broke this downtrend, guys. The Bitcoin broke this downtrend, right? This was one. This was one line. This was the second line, right? I mean, there is nothing wrong with Bitcoin. It shows, you know, shows bullishness all the way through. It's breaking resistance level. Looks good. I think Bitcoin is going to break up today or tomorrow. I think so too. I mean, it does look very, very nice. It's not dropping down. Like over here, a lot of people would have assumed this is going to drop down, but it's just not dropping down, which is actually quite good. You know, it's actually quite good. Like over here, I would have assumed already that we are going to drop down here, but we are not dropping down. We still might drop down, but you know, we are not quite there just yet. I mean, we are technically not above the resistance either, you know, up here somewhere, but we are not below the supports as well. We are not below the support, so you know, everything looks nice. And also there's this trend line that we've been watching up here, right? We are not below that, so, you know, we gotta, as long as we are above the support level and we are pushing towards the resistance, we gotta assume that we are, oh my god, I got this 5-minute stuff, you know, on the chart. We gotta assume that, you know, Bitcoin is technically bullish, so there is that. It's gonna attack again. It went from 0.3 to 0.05 in green, and this guy is like, it's gonna attack again. Oops, I want to buy lower. Look at us. A second, I wrote a message above it pumped. It did? Yeah. Yeah, that was a nice pump up here. I'm getting, yeah, it's a nice pump. We pump. Awesome tunes. Yeah, awesome tunes. Roger James, API 3 or CKB would be great. Let's look at CKB because I know a lot of people have been talking about CKB. So first thing first, let's go up here and say 01 00 01 and CKB. I don't know what CKB, so we can just write CKB. Okay, let's CKB from Binance. This 5-minute chart. Let's go to 4-hour time frame. Well, I'm not convinced. I gotta tell you right now, I'm not convinced. But let's go to the weekly time frame up here. See, this thing over here did break the downtrend over here. See, and it had a retest down here as well. So we went into this, you know, big move towards downside. We broke that trend, and then we went into consolidation trend over here, and we broke that towards upside. Went to the 50 moving average, tried to pump right back down again. Retested both the trend line and the 20 moving average, and bounced off of that above the moving averages. Tried to going up, very bullish, pulled back, right now pulling back. This actually looks very good. This looks like right now it's just doing this consolidation phase where it pulls back to the moving averages and then, you know, continues going higher. Can it go down? I mean, technically it can. So we're gonna zoom in a little bit up here and see what's actually happening and try to draw some nice lines on the chart. Let's remove the moving average for a second up here. Might be a little bit down here, give or take. Maybe it's all the way up here. Let's do 2-day chart. Let's do 2-day chart and see if we can actually draw it. This seems important. I don't know. Let's go back to the daily time frame up here. Two-day time frame. This seems to be a trend over here, right? So it went above the trend up here, exploded, went below it. Try to get it for a second time right now. It looks like it's gonna pull back a little bit more on the downside, but I might be wrong with this one though. Bearish engulfing candle down here. getting rejected by this 10 moving average up here, bearish candle, but still above the support. Right now sitting on the 50. How would we do this? If you are to look at monthly time frame up here, monthly time frame actually managed. Wow, monthly time frame actually looks very good. If you just look at a big picture up here, it managed to get above 10 moving average, consolidated up here. Right now it's pulling a little bit towards downside over here, and I definitely think it can actually pull a little bit more from the downside, but it's already above 10 moving average up here, and it broke this trend over here. See this candle up here, these 4 candles. This is broken towards the upside. Right now just consolidating up here before it, but this consolidation might actually take time. It might be, a couple of months. You never know. Let's see up here. Big question is, will this right now, the next move up here, continue towards upside? Let's assume this is up here at the top. So I would say this trend line over here is important. And let's use this trend line up here. Let's use the trend line and draw a channel out of the trend line. Nah. It's a little bit more skewed towards the upside, I think. I think it should go something like this over here, because you can see this midline. The midline is actually very, very legit. The midline is very legit. Do you see the midline? The midline, this line is very, very good. Let's use another tool up here. I think there might be something like this up here. I think there are several channels up here. And the trend over here got broken, retest up here. So right now it's sitting on support. I think this is gonna go lower down though. Bearish engulfing candle up here broke this out, very explosive moving trend towards us. I think it's gonna go lower short term. I'm a little bit unsure how low it can actually go, but I think it's gonna go a little bit lower down here. I think that's definitely a probability, because I think it might actually even lose the 50 moving average up here. Right now it's still above the. Let's pull that. Right now, but still above this support line up here, and we got a 50 moving average as well on the daily time frame. So it's good chance it actually holds, but it doesn't look that bullish. And that's what matters when you do TA. Finding whether something looks bullish or not. So the trend up here definitely broke. And we can say that there was a trend up here, but even that trend over here is breaking towards the downside. So it is losing momentum towards the downside, unfortunately. So I think right now, unless it somehow pumps up here from this support level up here, I think it's gonna go lower. Short term, of course. I'm a student, I'm looking to earn a small amount of money. I can summarize and give you timestamps for every live video you do. I'm ready to do it for 30 bucks per month. How can I contact you? Rashid, it does seems very tempting. Unfortunately, we don't do a lot of live streams. We do live streams in the morning and stuff like that, but no thank you. But thanks for the offer. It was very generous of you. And 30 bucks is not a lot for a month. A lot more people talking about RFox Labs. Can you please have a look? Last time somebody showed me RFox Labs, RFox, it stopped out. You do not want me to look at RFox, because I'm gonna tell you that, don't touch that. See up here, this thing over here went up, 6x, and right now it's pulling back down. Right? So it just went below 10 moving average up here on the weekly time frame. On the daily time frame up here, it's consolidating, but it does look a little bit weak. Up here, it's still pulling back down. you know, I wouldn't touch this. And you can see all these wicks. This means that there is a very little liquidity on the exchanges. This on MACD, right? So no, there might be some kind of support levels right now where we are, and might actually do some nice moves. But no, you do not want me to look at your, you know, pump and dump coins. Yeah, don't read Twitter because it's April Fools. Oliver, you know, that's very good thing to not do. Hoping for the buy opportunity soon. Where do you think a rejection is likely? 30k on Bitcoin. We think rejection is gonna come above 32. Somewhere above 32, 33, 34 maybe. Dogecoin. Now we're talking about good coins. First thing first. 01, 09, 30, Dogecoin. Let's look at the Dogecoin. Okay, any job I can do, and it is time consuming for you, except yeah, of course I can help. But actually, I'll remember you, man. But I don't have that. I don't do a lot of, you know, time consuming work, so there is that. But interesting. I'll remember you though. I'll remember you. Next time I need something, I'm gonna be like, actually, we need to do this, you know, 3-hour stuff for 30 bucks. Shiba is up 4%, Doge is up 7.4%. Doge looks good. 1 day and 4 hour left. Trying to get above these moving averages. Looks very powerful, you know, on the move towards upside. It's trying to climb right now on the daily time frame. It is above this resistance level, and it does look very strong, guys. It does look very strong. It is hitting resistance though. You can see, you saw the line that I just drew, right? Saw the line up here, right? So, and this line can actually help us maybe look at the channel up here. I don't know where the channel should be though. Maybe its entire thing is a channel. Maybe it's just a top of the channel right now. But yeah, Dogecoin as well as Shiba Inu does look very nice. Over here we got a trend over here. The trend is still not broken, and trend is your friend on the trend. So right now we are sitting at that resistance level. So as you can see up here, 10, 20, 50 moving average needs to be broken. Right now it has this big move out of this, you know, last bottom accumulation zone down here. There was also support level down here. You can see up here, very nice bottom, It's bouncing off of that towards the resistance. So the big question is it gonna manage to get above these levels up here? So it needs to get, I would assume it needs to close on the weekly time frame above this level up here. Then it will be outside of this falling channel up here. So not falling channel, but falling trend line, and it will be also above the moving average. I think that would be very bullish for Dogecoin. But right now, this move, I think this move is right now done. I think it's just gonna wait a little bit until it does something next. It's also on the 4 hour. It's a little bit extended up here. 1 hour is very extended up here, but you know it can definitely continue pumping. But this is the move. This is just the move outside of these moving average. Just, you know, bouncing out of the side outside this consolidation zone towards upside, which is doing very well so far. So Dogecoin is definitely looking nice, but I think it needs to get above, you know, very important level before we can actually expect big things from Doge again. Because this line up here needs to be broken. Tila, Gianni, Hodl, how you doing, man? To put things in perspective, 30 is a lot for me. I get 50 per month as my pocket money. I understand that, man. Atom, probable short scalp. Check 50-minute time frame. Let's put Atom up here as well. 01, 12, 58 on. Cosmos. First thing first, it got like higher lows up here on the chart. Not many coins do that, right? This looks like it's coming back down to the support line over here. It's very close to the support line though. Very close. And then you got a resistance line up here as well. It's already above this first resistance line. We see up here. So you say that this next one up here. Oh, this looks like it's coming to the bottom, guys. This looks like it's coming to the bottom up here. But this is bearish engulfing candle right below the support. Let's see if there's any kind of divergence up here on the chart. No divergence up here. Did not break the zero line. Momentum losing pace. But it is curving like over here. You can see the curvature, which is actually very nice. I think it has a probability. I think it wants to go towards upside up here, because you can see how it's curving down here. It's already at the bottom of this this line down here. We might actually draw a channel out of this thing over here. Maybe it's going all the way up there. Let's use this line up here for whatever reason. This stops up here. Really doesn't matter. It looks like it's coming down to the bottom of it. The question is if this is the bottom, right? And then we can draw the line from the bottom over here towards these levels up here. So it looks like it's the bottom up here. So this is over here is right now very interesting, because if this move is already kind of, you know, you can see up here it's already kind of breaking sideways. So if you zoom in, you'll see the breakage towards the upside up here. It is curving. Yeah, this is curving. You can see up here how it jumped up here. How it jumped. So there was a trend over here where it was going. So it jumped on this trend up here, curving up here, jumped up here again. There is a resistance line up here. So if it breaks that up here, I think it can go higher up here. How much higher? That's the big question, right? So, but this curvature up here seems legit, guys. This curvature up here, and this looks like it actually might go towards higher up here. But right now it's coming to this resistance level up here, because down here it was already curving. But on small time frames, it did have a, you know. Oh, this is nice. You see this up here, this move, this consolidation into the moving average explode towards upside. So I think there will be some kind of consolidation period over here. Let's see 50-minute time frame. There might be some kind of consolidation period. Watch this 20 moving average up here. But if you can actually get above the resistance up here, where it just right now create this resistance up here, this might actually do another nice move towards the upside. It doesn't look that bad though. It doesn't look that bad. I gotta tell you that. You get a higher high up here. It looks okay chart-wise. It looks okay, but you know, these small time frames can do a lot of, you know, dirty stuff. Still below the moving average. It's climbing above this 10 moving average up here. On the daily time frame up here, you can see up here that that's major resistance level right now. That's 11,429. So it needs to create a higher high up here somehow, right? Higher high up here. It wants to change trend. Over here, it already created a higher high. We got low, we got a higher low up here. So it's already created the trend, but you know, you want this to continue going towards upside, right? So this level up here at the daily at 1142, you want that to be broken for it to go higher. I think it looks okay. This looks like some kind of falling wedge even. We might be, you know, wrong on that one, but you know, there's definitely a line up here at the top. And then the big question is where the line at the bottom is, right? Might be a channel. Oh, this might be a channel. See that? Let's try doing a channel out of this thing over here. It does seem that it's a channel up here. And it's very steep. If it is a channel, it's a very steep channel, so you know, the probability actually to go all the way up here and then break and go towards upside is actually quite high. It looks good, but you know, it needs to do certain moves up here, and it does look like it's some kind of support down here on the bottom. So it's almost some kind of support. It's curving up here. It does look like it wants to go higher up here. It needs to get out of this downtrend over here towards upside. That's the 50 moving average on the daily time frame up here eventually, right? Needs to get back above the 50 moving average. You can see the 50 moving average having a major resistance up here. We can remove the other moving average so you can see this yellow line, right? You can see up here, very nice. See up here as well. And then over here it blessed above it. And then over here the, you know, support on above that. So it needs to get, if it wants to continue towards upside, it needs to get above this 50 moving average, and 50 moving average right now is following this channel up here. So you're gonna see. But it does look like some kind of bottom though. There we go, guys. We had a couple of coins. We've been streaming for 1 hour and 80 minutes. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you got something out of that. And beside that, I think we're gonna wrap it up here. Bitcoin is again minus 0.07. Just a scam pump into nothing, and then a right pullback towards downside. Altcoins are not actually being that reactive right now. Nothing is actually, I'm looking at altcoins right now, but everything is like 1% up, 1% down. Some altcoins are a little bit more, some altcoins are a little bit more down, but you know, there is that. Okay guys, thanks for stopping by. I'll see you around another time. Probably tomorrow morning, you know, same time, same place. And there is that. Okay guys, cheers. Have a nice day. Bye bye.